From a house of God to a crime scene, the community is shocked and too scared to talk to the media. The church is temporarily shut down following the fatal shooting. The life of the guest speaker, Pastor Dwayne Gordon, was cut short.
They shot the prophet and then they shot the pastor, and then they came to my husband asking him for money and for phone, and then he said he doesn't have money and phone, and then they turned around and shot him.
A pastor who lives across the road saw the shooters as they fled the scene.
A couple of gunshots went off and two guys exited the church, but not running, walking normal, that you won't suspect that these guys did something in the church. You'll just think that now the guys were visiting or whatever, and they're going home now, whatever. And a minute later, another two followed them, and they went around the corner, which is here in Brown Road, where their vehicle was standing, and they got into the vehicle and they pulled away like normal. And yet they were the shooters, the guys that were shooting in the church.
Another pastor called for unity, but raised concern about the police's reaction to some developments shortly after the tragedy.
A phone was apparently traced to one of the taverns where the perpetrators was, and the cops they were afraid to enter this premises to go and retrieve the phone. That was shocking to us, where one of my colleagues had to then call for personal aid from their friends, as a personal security company to come in, private security company for that matter, to go in there and retrieve this phone. So they haven't retrieved the phone as we speak. That is sad. That how is it that the police can lose their voice in that matter?
More people were shot and wounded. 59-year-old Sebastian Musale is one of them. His wife, family and church friends paid him a visit where he's recovering in the Helen Joseph Hospital.
I just want justice for my husband, and they must stand together. If they know the people, they must bring the people to the front, and they must admit what they did was wrong.
The communities feel that there's very little political will to deal with criminality in the area.
We are going to go back and ensure that whoever we need to poke and press to come and assist, whether it's police or this department or that provincial department, will do our best to bring them up to speed with what is happening, and they must come and address the community. You see, this is what needs to be done.
Police are still on a manhunt for the shooters who also robbed the congregation of their cell phones.
Meanwhile, the family members of the victims who were shot have appealed on the police to take the matter seriously, find the culprits and ultimately bring them to justice, speedily so. Patricia Fasahi, SABC News in Johannesburg.